Hello, this is ResilanBearcat, and welcome to our Apollo Let's Play series of Dyson Sphere Program. Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program and our Apollo Let's Play series. So when we left off, we had switched over to using fracking to create hydrogen and energized graphite. And we're bringing that stuff down through here and into this splitter and rotating this out into here. So this is, we're bringing this in here. And one of the things that we notice if we sit here and monitor this for a second is the volume is going of the fluid quantity is going up. Now we really want to be consuming all of that. We don't want to be doing that. And if I look at the numbers and I do the math on this, we are producing 3 hydrogen per second coming out of that process. And if we really wanted to actually see how that working and what was going on, we could put a little traffic monitor on here, which I did, just to see what it was, and it was 3 per second. So with 3 per second, one of the things that we need to do is we come back over here. Why is this line backed up? Well, this line is backed up because if we look right here, this thing requires 2 items, 2 hydrogen every 6 seconds. It also takes 2 energized graphite, but that's not the issue at the moment. Let's just talk about the items that we can do something about. So 2 energized graphite every 6 seconds. And the 2 energized graphite every 6 seconds, that means you're only consuming 1 every 3 seconds. Well, we've got 3 per second coming down through here, so 1, 2, we're missing 1. We need 1 more over here in order to consume all of those, so we need 3 towers building this. That's the net of the math of what we're going to do. So let's plop another set of foundations down right there. And now we need to build a couple of items in here. So what we're going to do is let's grab a few stone, because I'm short a few items and I don't want to fly over there in order to get it. So we'll just do this manually. This shouldn't take but just a second here. Ah, some more titanium. Look at that. Very nice. Just grabbing some stone to turn into glass and other things. Alright. Look at that. More titanium, more titanium. Wonderful. And there we go. So now that we've got that, we'll come into our production thing here. And first thing we're going to do is just produce a whole bunch of glass. There we go. We can produce some energized graphite. We might as well get rid of any of that items that we have. And then while we're at it, let's put the hydrogen and that item in here. And then we'll just finish filling that up. Okay. Getting rid of some of the items that we have there. Now, with that out of the way, what we need to do is we need to come over here, and the first things first, let's build some more of these. Well, it's actually still producing that. Well, I guess while it's producing that, we don't have these producing anything, and that's not because they don't have anywhere to put things, although that will become an issue pretty quickly. Really, it comes down to the fact that we need to hook up. We're going to need more energized graphite. So what I'm going to do, just because I think it'll look better, we are going to come right down here and join in like that right there. And then we'll take that out. And then we're going to connect this in like that. Build that up. That'll get these things running again. That gives me lots of energized graphite here. And then now, still producing glass ore. We got plenty of glass. We can come back to that in a minute. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to need a couple of more of these things. No, I don't need those, actually. I need these. Let's see. Let's produce 2 of those. And then we're going to need 3 of those. And then, just because I want to get rid of the stuff, we will get rid of that. And get rid of that. There we go. So getting rid of all the stuff out of our inventory that we're doing there. And once we have that, we will have these miners Now I'm just going to come right in here and put a row of miners right there. Nothing really all that special. We're just solving an issue here. That is all we're trying to do here. We want to come up under here, bring that down through there, and then we are going to connect this stuff up. That'll give us more capacity, and then we will jump it all the way over to there onto the graphite belt. What happened there? There we go. There we go. All right. And we can grab that blueprint and do that right there. And all of that is now hooked up. And then once we've got that done, we've got 3 of these. We'll just stack those in there. Bring this to here. And that to there. And then we'll put that in there and that in there. Really don't think I need the green item in there, but it's not going to hurt anything. And we want those producing red cubes as well. So that is going to be churning out red cubes. And boy, it'll power up here in just a second, and you can see that we have now got all of that done. If we come back over here now to our storage facility, what we're going to find here on the storage facility is we're about 1360 at the moment. Once that's up and running, it's going to hold steady right there and it won't produce anymore. The buffer in the line is not necessary for the energized graphite. We have our power going. Now we do have a power problem, and that's the other thing we're going to solve here is, well, we're just very close on power. So with that in mind, one of the things we've done, we've put some various solar farms down. We're going to go grab some wind turbines, and we're going to go north to south and put a whole bunch of these things down. We're going to take all of those. In fact, I'm going to take them all. It'll rebuild some others. Now, part of why I'm over here, or part of while I'm over here, it will actually bring in the logistics waiting to be collected. Provide to Icarus. Why did it not provide any of these to me? That's because I probably don't have enough here in the amount what it's telling it to actually produce. So these are the items here in the logistics coordinator. I'm going to bring this in here. I just set it here. No matched distributor. Well, let's hold on a second. Okay. Do not collect. Do not provide. That's not what I want. Do not collect. At most 150. Do not provide. There we go. Now why is it not going? It's because I've already got 300 of these things. That would be why. What have I got here? Sorters. I've got 190 of those. Okay. 25, and what do I have on this? At least 25 and at most 50. So it'll fill in when I come back to these things. Get close to them. Alright, now then, let's go find one of these meridians that we have. One of them areas. I think one might be right over here. Let's see. We're looking for the nice big thick line coming down from the North Pole, and right there it is, right there. And we may have to actually redo some things as we get over in here, but we're going to start right here. And we're going to work our way all the way down and around this planet. That will be... So we're going to take those out, and then starting right here, put that in there, and then we'll put that in there just to connect all that up. And then this is where we will... Oh, get back down on the ground. We'll do that right there. There. So it's using the soil pile very rapidly. Okay, I'll put that in there. So we'll go around the planet doing as much of these as we can first, and then we'll come back around. Oh, we're getting up toward one of the poles. It looks like, interestingly enough. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, as we get up toward the pole, there's water on the pole. You'd think the water on the poles would be frozen. But that does not seem to be the case here, does it? Alright. There's a cruel seat right on our component that we're doing. And boy, this is getting deep. Look at that. 7,000 soil pile. Of course, I've got 376, so I've got a lot of soil pile. So we bring this in here. That is just very deep water right there. Alright, a magnetic particle trap. And that will give us the ability to create planetary drones. And we can certainly use the planetary drone system for logistics, and we will start converting over to using planetary drones very soon. Alright, let's see. Ah, there is the equator on the other side. Well, I picked a line that has a lot of water on it, didn't I? So the process of going around here and that's just all water for a very long way. So we will just continue doing this. Look at this. Burning the soil pile. Okay. We want to get our power generation on this planet up to where we don't have to worry about production of power. And so here we go. And we finally got out of the water there. Those two, let's see, got that. Get all that stuff. You'll get soil pile in return. The other pole is water as well. Wonderful. Not sure if I've ever seen that much water on one of these lines. I'm sure that it happens, it's just random. Let's see, look at here. We're coming back in here. Alright, we are going to have a couple of gaps in my power grid here. But now that we've got to here, we can just go right over here. And we will start back right over here, putting these things in. Now, I wanted to start right there. That one kind of marks an important location. And then let's see what we can do about the power. That'll work for that power grid. It's off center a little bit, but that's okay as we go down through here. We'll get it back on power right there. Now we'll just start going around and putting them as far as I can see. So bring these things out right here. Spread them out a little further. And down they go. So let's circle the globe here, going north to south. remember this whole thing. And now that I've got it leveled out, the only thing I have to do is just run around here and put them on. And this should solve my power problem for a while. Give me exactly what I need, which is lots and lots of... While it's production cost for this, it does not take anything else. Okay, now that... I'm going to put that right there. Oh, it won't let me go that far. Okay, well, we'll go to there. We'll go over to there. And we'll stick that right on the pole. There we go. Now, we do have one here that we can't put one on, and it's unfortunate that the timing worked to where those are in there. So what we'll do is we will work our way around that by doing that right there. And we are set. And let's see. That should be what we want right there. So we have this very tight and narrow component here. Little strip of land that goes all the way around the planet. My drones are working as I run by these things. Finally out of the water for a while. So left click is allowing me to drag to produce multiple of these, construct multiple. I'm just running down through here and then running with Icarus down along the side of where I want them placed. And the drones pretty much put them out here just right on the line I want them on. And this we'll see what our power production is once we get all the way around. We are more than halfway at this point, and should be coming up on the other pole here shortly. We can see that the lines are changing as we get up here more toward the polar cap, and the lines don't line up. The grids, each inner circle has a different set of lines. So now we will put those two things in there. Stick a line right between those. We still have lots of these things. We got 77 of them, so very good. There's some more crude oil. It seems to me, at least on the starting planets that I have seen so far, is the crude oil seems to be concentrated more toward the polar caps. There always seems to be part of a planet that doesn't appear to have any resources on it. Don't know if that is intended or if that's just a gap in the procedural generation and how it works, but that's certainly been the case everywhere I did. You could look at a whole section of the planet that wouldn't have anything, no resources on it. Alright, and this gets us all the way back around for the most part. But we can't put one there. I would normally put one right there and then one right there, but both of those two things are out of the way. I can move that belt, and I will. I will move that belt. But what I will do is we'll come over here, put one here. Then we will put this right here, just to get those in there. And then we will put one, we'll just put one right there. Okay. We've got this one in here, this one in here. They're off center a little bit, but that's okay because of all the stuff that I'm building in here. We have circled the globe. And now, if we look at our power generation, we'll notice that we got 50%. We're producing 66. We're only using 30 of it. Now, with that, I do need to check on something. Since we're not using 100% anymore, we may have an issue with we could have an issue with things backing up here. Because this now is taking longer to burn. It's now taking exactly half as much time as it did before. Yeah, so that's when you're at under 80% or at some rate, it does various different things. So the burn rate of these things is very much different. So we got these are backed up down here. this stuff here is still producing up here, and I just want to monitor it for a minute. It does appear to be backing up. Reforming recipe. So we're just right now doing blueprint research. Anything that's red and blue at this point is a game. We can do the Tech 2 component there. We can do Tech 2. Actually, we'll do the Tech 2 high-speed assembling process. Don't know about the... we'll do this. We'll do the energy storage. We can do an integrated... No, we can't do an integrated logistics system. Okay. We can do geothermal extraction after we do the photon conversion. So we'll queue those up, just get a whole bunch of stuff queued in here. We're not doing solar cells yet, but we are getting close to getting all of that stuff done. High-speed assembling process. There we go. We're making really good progress on our research. We have a lot of things coming out of there. I just want to make sure that this is not backing up, and it doesn't appear to be. We appear to be doing okay on what we're burning out. This is not producing everything, but it is keeping it from backing up. Okay, very good. I just wanted to check that. So we're in good shape. We have things going. There's my little fidget spinners running back and forth with gears coming down here. So at this point, we are ready to think about what we're going to do next. Now, we do have some buildings and some things that we have not produced. We've got a lot of items that we are not producing yet. In order to actually build the planetary logistics system, which is one of the things that we want to do, if we come in here to this, we're going to see that we need titanium, we need microprocessors, and then we need these particle containers. So the particle containers will require, there's 2 blueprints for these particle containers, but the most common blueprint here requires the electromagnetic turbines, copper ingots, and graphene. We don't have any graphene. In order to get graphene, we will have to have sulfuric acid and energetic graphite. So, or we have to have some way of harvesting something else. So this is where the energetic graphite comes in. We've got the graphene advanced, which can be used here, and it comes straight from fire ice. We don't have a way to harvest that, although we do have a gas giant. The planet, the moon that we're on here is circling a gas planet. If we come out here, gas giant here, and I believe there was some fire ice right here. Collectible fire ice. Look at that. You collect fire ice and collectible hydrogen, but I have to have a way to collect it, and I don't have that yet. So that's going to be further into the research tree as ways to collect the there's a particle collider, there's a satellite power distribution, particle control, more information matrix. I'm just seeing what we have over here. Gas giants exploitation, that right there. So I won't be able to do that until I can make the yellow matrices. And we're not up to yellow matrices yet. We're still unlocking things. So what we're going to do is figure out from a building standpoint what else we can start building and get going. Now, I've got one of the engines. I've got the electric motors. I've got the electromagnetic turbines. Now I need the supermagnetic rings. That's going to use these motors here. And so this motor comes into this motor, and then this motor comes into here. This requires just more items that comes from, I need magnets and I need electromagnetic turbine. So that's more of the things that I need in bringing out here. So I need to get my components, and we may just have to figure out how to get some planetary logistics handmade, but we're going to need titanium for that. So with that being the case, we'll close this, and what we want to do is I want to go out to my solar system view, and I want to look at the solar system for a second. So Apollo 4, which is the other component where we're getting our silicon, it doesn't have any titanium at all, none. So it is time to make a further trip. And this is Apollo 1, the planet Rocky Salt Lake, and it does have some titanium. So Icarus is here on Apollo 3. Apollo 4, no titanium. Of course, there's going to be no titanium there. And then there is a little bit of titanium. It's not a lot, but it's some. We're actually getting fairly close to each other, and or as close as we're going to get with this particular thing. So what we want to do is go get the things we need to set up on another planet, and we'll move over to another planet and go harvest some other components. So let's see, going right over here. If I'm going to another planet, let's see. I've got lots of energized graphite. I've got some of that. We need to get rid of that out of my inventory. Okay. And then we'll stick that in there. Alright. We're good on that. We've got plenty of those. Do I have miners? Well, I've got more thermal power plants than I need, obviously. We will need some miners. I'm not seeing any miners. I'm seeing lots of raw resources that I need to get rid of, but not seeing any miners. So we'll take some of those. We didn't have any of those, so that's good. We're going to need some manufacturers. I've got a whole bunch of those in my inventory. I'm going to take more of those. So I've got 100 of those now. That's what we'll take with us, is 2 stacks. Whoops. We want to come here, and I definitely don't want... Let's just put all those back in there. Don't need water extractors at this point in time. Some of the other items that are on here. I will want a couple of those, but I think I have those. Yes, I do. I've got 3 of those, so I'm good on that. Could possibly need an oil extractor. No, I'm good. I'm going to leave some inventory room for when I come back and bringing things back. So as far as the belts go, I'm going to take a whole bunch of belts with me. So that's 900, it's 1,000 belts. And it wouldn't hurt to create a few more of the green sorters, just in case we need that. And we could create new green belts, and in fact, that might be something to actually do, is to upgrade the belts, upgrade the sorters, and build the second level of those, because those can be produced now. And we may do that at the beginning here. In fact, we may just set and do it right here now. If I come out of here, I can bring this here, I can bring this here. If I look at this right here, buildings, I can build the Mark II belt. Building right here, I can build the Mark II sorter, and I think both of those are going to require, this requires electromagnetic turbines. This requires engines. That's an unfortunate thing. And then I guess the Mark III sorters, and I can even make Mark III sorters. I don't have any need for them yet. And then that requires the additional engines. So within what I'm doing, let's see where I'm at over here. I've got motors coming in down here. Yeah. Just putting that in there and then feeding into those. So I'm not really... The way to do this is certainly not clean. So I can come back over here. The gears are coming out. Where are the gears at? They're coming out over here. I could run the gears right back down through there. It's a long run down through here. Put that in there like that. There we go, and we will then bring storage container in right here, one right here, and I think what I'll do for now is just put one thing right here too. And this is not the ideal way of doing this, but it's going to work. So what we'll do is we'll come here, we'll stick this on top of this, We will put some of my little drones in here. Well, if I had any drones, I would put them in there. Let's see if I can build any drones right quick. Do I have the items to build drones? I can build one drone. So not quite, but I'll finish this up. What we're going to do is just make it where it'll build the Tech 2 items right here. We'll finish that up and then pick up with the next episode. We'll be headed off to get titanium. That is all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment to let me know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel to be notified when new content is available and check out the link shown here for more gameplay. Take care.